TGIF, let's get after it. Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank God it is Friday here. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with another NBA Prize Picks video. I'm not going to get into much of yesterday with the Looney situation. It's too early in the morning, and I ain't going to go on a rant. Promised myself I wouldn't. It's too early. I'm not going to get my blood pressure up. But yeah, the Looney situation. I figured Golden State was going to win that, but not knowing all day that he had an illness, and then it comes out and he's not starting 30 minutes before tip, changes everything in terms of, his plays. And then again, having that game, just Golden State just kind of stomped them. Then you had 14 players, get in the game for the Lakers. I think there's a total of 12 that got in the game for Golden State. So you wanted to be on the majority of the unders in that game with a blowout like that. So I guess I can curtail that to it's really important before you even get in to make plays, how that game script is going to play out. If you feel like there's going to be another blowout in any of these games today, then you should really start looking at some of these unders on guys. So keep that in mind when you're making plays. And then the second part of that is bankroll management. This is not going to be the last time this happens where you might feel a game is going to go a particular way, and then it gets out of hand like that. And guys just are not going to play their full minutes, and are not going to perform like you think they are. So like I said, it's a long-term game doing this, and you're going to have good games and bad games, and the way you read things, and just keep that in mind, when you're making your decisions is, have good bankroll management. And the second thing is, again, how you going to, read the game. If it's going to be a close game, who's going to win, that all dictates, who's going to score those points when you're picking these plays. So just keep that in mind. But again, if you don't have that PrizePicks account, you want to join us, use that promo code CashCake and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. A link is in the description below. And I'll stop yapping. Let's talk some picks. All right, PrizePicks desktop is up here. Again, we're going to talk about 3 plays here. Kind of looking at the 2 games tonight. There should be some, better games, I think. Injury consideration. We know Chris Paul is out tonight. Jaylen Brown is available. Joel Embiid is questionable. Not going to go into that either with him and that whole MVP thing and how bad he looked in game 2. And if he's really that hurt, he's just hurting the team. If you look at the record with him off the court with that team, they've actually played really well. So if he's going to be that banged up and there's a problem, he should sit out. But with not knowing that information, kind of looking at things, Boston's favored by 2 here at the 214 over under, and then Phoenix is favored by 4 at the 224 over under. So with that being said, reading the games, Booker and Durant are going to come out extremely aggressive and play all the minutes they can to try to get a game here. They're down 0-2. So with that being said, I think you're going to want to look at taking, some of these Booker plays as well as Durant, and just depending on how you see it going, right? Booker's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. So is KD. I think 8 assists is a little too high, to be honest with you. Not saying he can't surpass it, but I think he's going to be, again, looking to score. If we look at that last game he played against Denver, shot the ball 29 times, 14 for 29, 48% there. So I prefer taking points with him. With, all being said, if you wanted to look at fantasy score at 50, you can look at that as well. If you want to look at free throws made, you can make a case for that. But I feel the most confident either points or points and assists at 30.5. But I really like the points at 30.5. I think KD and him could both put up 40 apiece. It wouldn't surprise me. They're going to do absolutely everything. I think both are going to put up over 25 shots today. They're going to have the ball in their hands a ton. As long as they don't pass the ball to Cameron Payne. That dude hasn't, seen a shot he doesn't like. And I'm sure we'll see some of these other guys maybe try to come off the bench to put a spark in them, but they're not a very deep team. We're not going to see Josh Okogie trying to get a bucket, So I like the 30.5 points here. Again, if he puts up anywhere near he did in game 2 at 30 shots, I have a hard time seeing him not surpass this mark. So Devin Booker, number 1 play for me. Again, how I'm reading the game is at the very least, I think it's going to be close. And these guys are going to be playing, out their mind. So Devin Booker over 30.5 points is the first play that I do like here for Phoenix. And then let's just dive into the second play that I do like, and Kevin Durant. So again, these guys are both going to play, you figure, 40 plus minutes here, if not the whole damn game. And, Kevin Durant, we were on that game 2 at the points and rebounds at 36.5. He only put up 32, but he shot the ball a ton. He shot the ball 27 times, only 10 for 27, which is unheard of for KD. Only shot the ball 37%. If we look back at the series with the Clippers in the playoffs, 47%, 53, 53, 53, 53, 63. And so it was just uncanny that he just could not hit his shots. Shot a miserable 2 for 12 behind the 3-point line. And again, that's just not, what we're accustomed to or considering Kevin Durant. I can see him getting to the line. He hasn't in this series, but again, they have to win this game. I still think I want to go back to the points and rebounds at 36.5. That's kind of where I like to be. His rebound projection is way up there at 8.5. It got played down to 8 because the juice was on the under at that at -154. Assists at 6, that got played up to 145 for over 5.5 assists. So if you either want to play one of the two I like is either points and rebounds or points and assists. If you want to play the market where everything's getting pushed over, then you would go the points and assist on this, over the points and rebounds. And that's probably the safer play because I think he still puts up 30 points here and he only needs to get a few assists. So again, one of these two, it just depends on which one you really like here. The more I talk about this, the more I'm looking at taking the points and assist with him, just with how high that juice is on the over and assist at -145. Then looking at that at 34.5, I think you have to kind of look at that. Even if you want to look at rebounds and assists, I don't really like that 14.5 number. And then again, fantasy points at 50. It wouldn't surprise me if both these guys went off. I don't think I would, if you're going to play fantasy points, I don't think I would play both of them in there, both over 50 burgers. But one of these guys is going to go off. So I will probably have in all the slips I do at least one of Kevin Durant or Devin Booker, just all things considered. Then the last play we're going to talk about here is Jason Tatum. Again, I think this game's going to be, Philly just got embarrassed game 2. He didn't hardly play. I think he played, let me look here. Yeah, 19 minutes is all Tatum had to play in game 2. That's it. Now, if you think this game is going to be more competitive here, now it's shifting back to Philly. Again, Boston's 2 points favorites, but, again, on the road, you got to have to like the rebounds and assist here at 13.5. And that's the one I do like. If you feel like the game's going to be close, if you think it's going to be another blowout, then you should probably shy away from this. If you think it's going to be a competitive game environment, regardless if Embiid plays or not, then you should probably look at this. If we look at his last 7 games, he's had 16, 15, 11, 16, 21, 16, and then just again, only 10 in 19 minutes, rebounds and assists. Juice is on the over around -130 at the books out there. So another play I think you can get behind and play. And that's kind of where I'm looking at in those 3 plays. Again, Jason Tatum over 13.5 rebounds and assists. Devin Booker over 30.5 points. And then Kevin Durant, either if you want to take the over 36.5 points and rebounds or the 34.5 points and assists. That's where I'm kind of looking at playing these guys. Again, should be a fun 2-game slate. At least we have 2 games instead of the 1, and then keep all that stuff. And hopefully we don't have another loony situation on our hands where we have no news all day long and then, it drops so close to lock. So again, with that, appreciate you guys. Enjoy your Friday. Looks like the weather's going to be great around here. Hopefully it is where you're at. You can get out, get a little vitamin D in your life. And again, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.